You feel this nervousness on the phone there?
Sir, I've been trying to make an urgent phone call up there.
Well, I don't think it's something I want to do on an overseas phone.
You gotta make some phone calls. Hang up the phone. Prank caller.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to Packernet After Dark. This is the call-in show of the Packernet Podcast Network. If you'd like to call in, if you'd like to participate in the show, please feel free to do so. The phone number here is 608-501-0718. New callers go directly to the front of the line. Oh, what a victory. What a freaking victory. I'm excited. I already recorded tomorrow's podcast, so I'm a little... I already got a lot of that off my chest, so I'll let you all take over. But since this is the first I've talked to you since the game, I hope you all had the best Thanksgiving ever. I'm in a bit of pain from the food I ate. I was doing good, actually. I didn't eat myself into pain. I ate until I was full, and I left it alone, and that was like the first time ever. Then I got home, and there was a giant tray of the mac and cheese that I made, and I was like, I think I'll have a little bit of mac and cheese, you know? Why not? And I have been miserable ever since. So that was apparently too much, and my body wants me to know how much it hates me. With that said, why don't we go ahead and get started? We have got snacks at 12:48, so we're into this game a little bit.
Is that a touchdown? You bet he got his right foot down, Daddy. Happy Thanksgiving to us. We march.
We march indeed. We're off and running.
Hey, Ryan, this is Dakota, that nerd in Tennessee.
What's up, dude?
And I'm calling after the Wicks touchdown because you specifically asked for people to do this, and I've been doing this on Twitter, but I haven't ever called in and done this. I did not like that. It worked. It's awesome because of that, and I am very happy because it worked. However, I still have this fear in the bottom of my heart that because it worked, he's going to decide to do that in big games. Let's say we go to the NFC Championship, and then it's going to completely and utterly fail because those are two stupid coaching decisions. Overly aggressive. I don't know why people are saying he's doing conservative play call. Those are the overly aggressive play calling that not just him, but all coaches seem to be doing this year.
Yep.
And it's stupid. It was 3rd and 2. You should have got the first down and then tried some weird, cool stuff. It worked. It's good. Yeah. He shouldn't do it again. I mean, I hope I'm wrong. I hope if he does it 100 times that he scores 1 billion points. Okay. Onward. As Rico says, let's march.
Close. Close on two different counts there. The who and the what. Well, I appreciate you doing that. I appreciate what he's referring to, for those that don't know, is, you know, everybody wants to call in and say, I hated that play when it didn't work. But a lot of people hated the play and then it works and then they just don't talk about it. Like, never mind. Nobody needs to know that I hated that play too. So, appreciate that. Snacks, what's up?
I don't know how to run, old muskrat making catches. Look at him.
That was a play.
Snag. Holy Moses. Our guys are catching the ball. Jordan's putting some stuff on. Sorry, that's muskrat, by the way. Watson end around. Might be. Nah, he's not going to get in. Anyway, really, really, really nice bounce back by the offense after the defense kind of let them go down and do their thing. We couldn't go 3 and out. And that was a big first, 3rd down conversion. Watson, great catch. Wicks, I mean, the pass he threw to Wicks. Let's go. Golly.
Yeah, I mean, you know, there's a handful of drops in there, handful of errant passes, and then, you know, in the first half, as I mentioned, quite a few missed tackles, which was annoying on the defensive side. But to contrast that, the amount of just elite plays that guys made, the amount of catches where it's like, what was that? I mean, Wicks has made some good plays, right? I mean, he's obviously got drop issues, but he made a bunch in this game. And Watson had some catches. And Musgrave, I've never seen him make a catch like that. I didn't know that was even in his repertoire. I thought his whole thing was he runs fast, and then he tries to turn around and starts stumbling and fumbling, and then he catches the ball and falls down somewhere. Like, I didn't know outrunning a guy and then diving and catching a ball like that. I had to double and triple and quadruple check the number. Like, does it say 88? Are we sure? I don't know. I'm not sure. I think he swapped jerseys or something. I don't know what that is. But just very clutch. A lot of guys that we needed critical plays, and they made just... the Lions did not make it easy on us. And guys stepped up and made plays, and I am very happy, proud papa.
Dude, us getting a little break with James calling the timeout before Melton went back, and then good on everybody for regathering, then taking advantage of that opportunity, right? Like, that's, to me, that's big time, man. What a great throw. Excellent freaking catch by bobblehead helmet Dobbs. I mean, just outstanding. I'll take it. We're up 10.
And that was kind of the cool thing in this game. I mean, as much as it the Lions kept it close and all that kind of stuff, the Packers got out in front and stayed out in front. It was always kind of scary because, man, if they don't respond or if we don't get a stop or if something changes, boy, we might be in trouble. Or that they just stayed out in front the whole time. A thing of beauty. This is a classic game where you're nervous the entire game, but if you go back and rewatch it, you're just going to be like, this. I don't know why I was nervous. Like it's freaking light work, bro.
Howdy, this is Jared Schrader, the Uber driver from Texas.
What's up, dude?
And, man, I'm calling halftime. Carrington Valentine, man. He needs the tackle, man. That shoulder crack.
That was bad.
If he had just form tackled or just held him there a little bit, everyone was coming. But, I mean, someone else should have tackled him. Risky play call, I get it. But, like, it worked. It worked.
Perfect play call.
He didn't wrap up. He decided to do the whole, just hit him down. I don't know. Anyways, let's recover. Let's have a good second half. Go Pack, go.
Yeah, that was one of several bad ones. That was obviously the worst. It looked like a perfect play call. I think they sniffed it out immediately. You saw the entire defense just go firing in that direction. It's as if Hafley got in their ear and told them exactly what they were going to do. Everybody knew what was coming. Valentine gets right into the backfield and just decides to throw a shoulder rather than wrap up. And this is what I was saying. The first half, the tackling was just awful. Again, I was ripping on McDuffie the whole game because it's like, bro, you are just not getting anything done here. And then in the second half, McDuffie just has a phenomenal game, and everybody's wrapping up and tackling. And so fortunately, Jared, to your probably because of you in this call, everything's about to change. So don't worry about it.
Fourth down, stop right out the gate. Jeez, and you know what? I realized that I think I called Matt LaFleur James earlier. I got a buddy I grew up with whose name was James. So I'm getting old and getting my lines crossed. Yeah. Happy Thanksgiving. It's our ball.
I think I called him Steve, which is name of a guy I knew in fourth grade. I don't know why that popped up, but it's kind of like doing acid. 20 years later, you just have like a flashback trip or something. Just had just remembered good old James.
Love man, what a pass! And you know who caught it? The Reverend Christian Watson. Wow! 4 TDs! Wicks! Golly! We got 2 breaks on that drive. But again, just like what happened with the LaFleur timeout, whatever else, like breaks only matter if you capitalize on them. And
right.
Man,
right.
Sure did. Need the defense to.
Oh, and that's a great point because, as I've pointed out, the Lions got a bunch of breaks, right? But it only matters if you can do anything with it, right? A fourth down stop doesn't matter if you don't get points on it. When we didn't convert a third down because of a pass interference. I don't know specifically if they scored or not, but the point is they didn't capitalize enough. They had plenty of bull crap calls go in their direction.
tighten it up here. I appreciate that they've been on the field a little bit, but after the quick TD to Watson, after the stop on downs, maybe they were gassed and why that Detroit was able to go down. But we need to buckle up here. Man, this is the best we've looked all year, and it's not even close. Well, maybe the first two games, but this is the best we've looked since then.
Yeah, I mean, that's not a terrible take. I hadn't really thought about it. I mean, as far as like you feel good about them as a playoff team, yeah, probably. It probably is their best game. Just because, again, from my perspective, it felt like Detroit was playing hard. And they were coming at us, and it felt like playoff football. And again, I think Minnesota was similar in that, it was, we matched their intensity. We decided to play a certain way, and we did it. I think it felt less impressive because it was a running game instead of a passing game, and because it's the Vikings and not Detroit. But either way, yeah, I mean, this is... This was a game where the guys that get the big paychecks needed to step up and make plays, and we saw it. And even guys, like Wicks, who are not getting those big paychecks, when we need plays, these guys are stepping up and making plays. Derrick Henry is just a monster of a human being. My goodness. It felt good. And again, especially against the top opponent, you can't help but, I mean, it's one of those where you just step back and you go walk on social media and be like, what? What? Say something. Say something. I mean, okay, so not as good as the Rams. Fine, don't care. What? Unless you're a Rams fan, what? You can't say nothing to me. None of you. Not even Bears fans. I don't want to hear it. Go win your freaking game against the Eagles, then you can talk. Otherwise, you're the little brother right now. Okay? Until you overcome that hurdle, you're nothing. Oh, I hope they get smoked. I hope they get beat so bad. If they beat the Eagles, that's going to suck. I want them to get freaking... Am I allowed to say... Was it you, Snacks, or was it... See, now I'm getting... I swear, I don't know why. There are certain callers, at least for me, that have what I would say is doppelgangers, where I get the wires crossed on which one's which and who said who, because I just... Like, in my mind, I'm picturing the same guy. I don't want to say who, but I've identified... First of all, I think there might be like a triple ganger, which isn't a thing, but there's like a group of 3 that I get my wires crossed on. Then there's 2 other guys over here that I always get confused. Then there's these 2 guys. Again, I'm not going to name them, but I was just flipping through the contacts, and I'm like, you know what? I get these guys confused. So I would be curious if anyone else has that symptom or syndrome. You should call in and let me know. Again, I'm not going to be man enough to say who, but if you want to, I'll own up to it if you identify the same ones that I do. Ooh, there's a pick. Dang. I am enjoying Cincinnati beating Baltimore, considering we have to play Baltimore. Anyways, what I was going to say is I know somebody said we're not allowed to say curb stomp. And I think that's fair, but I'm going to say it anyways. I'm going to be even more vivid and potentially inappropriate and do something that I shouldn't do. I want Caleb Williams. There's a voice in the back of my head going, bro, you need to calm down. I'm going to do it, all right? You ready? I'm going to freaking do it. I don't even care. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to chicken out. But you know. All right? Philly, you know what to do. All right, we'll take a break. We'll be right back.
That was 100% pass interference, but honestly, for how many breaks we've gotten today, like, we can't complain. Can't complain. Got to finish.
Oh, that was it. Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Hey, Ryan, it's Drew from Green Bay. We're up by 10 right now with 9 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. We just punted. And, I just had to call in about the officiating because all game, they're just not calling anything. Like, and mostly with defensive pass interference.
Right.
They consistently hold the arms of
right.
our wide receivers. And it's just ridiculous. Like, it seems clear that they were told not to throw flags today because it's a big Thanksgiving game. They don't want the refs to be a part of it. But at some point, you gotta call the penalty. I mean, this is getting ridiculous. It's not even football. If a receiver can't use both hands. So if this costs us the game, I'm gonna be pretty dang upset. And, like, we were moving the ball. We could have easily put the game away right there on that drive. But because of the ref, we had an easy first down because of the ref. Lions get the ball back at the 20. So, anyways, have a good day. Bye.
Yeah, and again, like, if I had to choose a crew that's not calling anything or a crew throwing everything, I would much rather this. But, still, you just do your freaking job. You know what I mean? I mean, it's just ridiculous. How hard is it? I mean, some of these are just terrible. I mean, if it's iffy, if it's 50, and there were some that were kind of iffy. I think there was one on Christian that I was initially like, bro, you got to call that. And then on replay, it's like, yeah, that was a little ticky-tack. It's probably better to keep that one in your pocket. But, I mean, some of the other ones, man, and again, they call that every time when it's, an underthrown ball or, whether it's intentional or whatever, and the receiver tries to come back to the ball and you restrict him coming back, that's a penalty if you run through the frickin' guy. And then you got grabbing the arm, you have grabbing the hips, you have they just called nothing. And, then they turn around and call Keyshawn on, whatever it was, freaking, I don't know, whatever the penalty was that Keyshawn got. That's what annoys me too. Where it's like, fine, all right, you're going to keep it in your pocket? Fine. But you better keep it in your pocket the whole game. Oh, never mind, we're going to call it on you. On some ticky-tack bull crap because, and I understand that's letter of the law, but again, I thought we weren't doing just letter of the law. I thought we weren't doing that. So when they run up and like plow into our guy and then push off of him toward the middle of the field, you have to give him space. You're not allowed to just stand there because that's interference. Oh, okay, yeah, by the letter of the law, right? You frickin' jag off. Whatever, dude.
Dude, we got away with it. What a wow. Just wow. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Let's get bombed.
Let's get bombed. I'm not sure what we're talking about, but yeah, everybody, let's just get hammered. Let's go.
Hey, happy Thanksgiving, Ryan.
Steve in Alaska, what's up?
All having a good time. Probably eating about there where you guys are. I'm just getting ready to go over and hang out with some people. Watching the last 23 seconds click off this clock.
Yeah.
What a decision at the end of the game. I was not sure about that. I'm glad we got it because that would have had me freaked out if we hadn't got that. But,
I know.
Hey, great game. The defense was awesome. The offense was awesome. I'm real bummed about Wyatt because it looks like he's done for the season, man. It looked like his leg broke. I don't know what happened, but it sure did look like it broke to me, and that's a serious bummer. But, hey, we took down Detroit twice this year. They can shut their mouths because we got them twice this year and beat them twice.
Yep.
We are perfect in the division, and all we need is Philly to do us a favor and knock the Bears off. We're back on top of this division
Let's
again,
go,
man.
Philly.
What a great Turkey Day this is going to be. Always love seeing us win. All right, man. Probably got a lot of calls, so I'm going to let y'all go. Happy Thanksgiving to the rest of the Packer Nation out there listening and calling and all that good stuff. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye.
What a great day. What a great freaking day. And, not a ton of calls during the game either. Usually, you get a couple calls that are like, freaking, I hate this. But it was basically just, a couple calls in like, hey, just checking in. Today's awesome. Have a great day. Get touchdown. Hey, here we go. And now we just party. Now we just have fun. Let's have fun. Goose, what do you got going on?
Let's go! How about them Packers? How about Micah Parsons? Woo-hoo! And Wicks. Oh my God, what a game! Short, everyone showed up. What a game! Put those Lions down and sweep them into the trash where they belong.
Bro, that's how There was so much screaming and jumping when Wicks caught. I mean, just throughout the game, but when Wicks caught that, holy cow! Holy cow! Oh, I still get like chills just thinking about it. This freaking, is that lame? Nah, we're in good company here. But like just thinking about it, like how exciting that is, how big that was. Oh, what a good day.
What's going on? So Modified Fighter, how y'all doing? Wow, that game was amazing. I think I won some money too because I bet the under on a lot of rushing yards from the running backs, and I also bet, it was funny, they had golf for over or under rushing yard. So I was like, oh, he'll get at least one over, one rushing yard because he's gonna be running for Micah Parsons.
Mm-hmm.
And he did that little 20-yard run. I was like, oh dang. So
should get a bonus
good
for
on that. Jordan Love showed his ass. I ain't gonna cuss. He did his thing, man. I was telling my neighbor, I was like, I don't know. I said, it should be a good game, but I was like, I don't, Jordan Hurt. They must have been playing the Jordan Hurt thing to have everybody sleeping on him because he was throwing the ball like, well, nothing wrong with us, but so, it was beautiful. Wicks then showed out. Would have please, will the real Wicks stand up because he didn't do nothing basically all year. And then he looking like, I want to be the number one wide receiver, just doing what he doing. It was just amazing. That 100% seal the deal that we not re-signing we not re-signing Dobbs, like for real. I think Wicks got one more year left on his contract. So it was beautiful. It was a beautiful game. Defense showed out for the most part. Tackling, I know they probably got bad tackling grade. But either way, I was proud of the team. Great win. I happily sweep the lines. And I had to even listen to it on my phone. Like I had it playing on my phone while I'm driving because I'm working today at my part-time gig, so I wasn't able to sit home and watch it. But beautiful, beautiful game. I'm screaming in the car when people looking at me in the passenger seat. It's crazy. Anyway, all right. Talk to y'all later.
Yeah, you're not lying about that Jordan Love thing either, man. They got him doing backwards handoffs and can't run the ball all game, and it's like, oh, he's questionable to play. He comes out and just starts slinging it all over the yard. Every play's a 50-yard bomb. Like, bunch of freaking liars, dude. Just a bunch of dirty liars.
What up, Ryan? First off, happy Thanksgiving to
Thank
you, your family, and all the peeps listening.
And also with you.
Game just ended. First off, got the turkey in the oven, injected it with all kinds of stuff.
Yes.
2 or 3 different flavors. I have about two squares of butter underneath the skin on the breast from all angles, so that thing is going to be juicy as a freaking wet sock.
Nice.
But, anyways,
always wanted that.
Smoked a honey glazed ham, which I ended up chopping up the Cuban, and my wife made it into scalloped potatoes. So that's gonna be freaking bomb.
Yeah.
But anyways, I feel like there's another reason I'm calling. I don't know. Oh, that's Frank. So, what a great win. I mean, so much stuff happened. It's hard to remember it all right now. I feel like the refs were kind of trying to help the Lions a little with that obvious, pass interference against Watson where he was literally holding his hand down. And it's funny, the second time they showed it, there's a umpire 5 yards away staring right at it. And he's like, no, nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
Even the last catch that Wicks made, Branch was on him so tight that he stepped his shoe off. Like, before the ball gets there, he's stepping on his foot and knocking the shoe off. I'm just glad he caught it, because that's just, what's funny? They were 0 for 2 or 3 on 4th down, and we were 3-0. And I believe we had 2 touchdowns on 4th downs, kind of like reminiscent of last year, but reversed. So I think we can all just put that fork back into the Lions. Right now, they're just they're a team with a lot of good players, but, you need more than just good players. And clearly, we all wondered if losing their defensive and offensive coordinators would hurt them, and clearly it has. And enough of injured players. We all got them, so that's not even a factor. But just a great game, man. Parsons is a freak. One of my buddies is a Bears fan. He's the one effing guy you have to block, and they don't block him. I said, dude, they had him blocked, but he just spun around and went up the middle and he was in Goth's face like so fast. So I am just stoked. I feel like even though we had some injuries today, I guess Wyatt went out, and you have to just hope someone else steps up. But we seem to be getting into that playoff mode, and that's really important.
Exactly.
Love is clearly confident. So, man, I don't know. Just, what a great game. I don't know if I'm going to watch the other games because I can't handle watching the Chiefs win, but it is what it is. So, hey, go Pack, go, and let's kill the Bears next week.
You should definitely watch because they did not win. That is the important part, and this is kind of what I've been stressing throughout, which is, again, obviously you want your team to play well at all times because it just makes you feel better. But again, it's all you need to do is win your games, find a way to win, and at the end of the season is when you need to start playing playoff football. Technically, they don't even need to do it now, but you just need to find a way to win, and then at the end of the season, you need to start culminating together. It all has to start gelling together and figuring out how to play playoff caliber football. And if you weren't buying it last week against Minnesota because it's Minnesota or because of the style or whatever, then this should be all the evidence that you need. And I'll give you a little extra nugget that's on tomorrow's podcast. I also put it on social media. Maybe you've already seen it. But 2 weeks ago, I mentioned Jordan Love had his highest graded PFF game ever. Right? 2 weeks ago. This week, according to the preliminary grades, which maybe is not going to be the grades tomorrow, which we'll find out. But according to the preliminary grades, this is now his highest graded ever game. So when you talk about a team getting into playoff shape, you got your quarterback having two of his best games of his entire career in his last 3 games. That's not a bad sign going into the playoffs. We'll take our final break. We'll be right back.
Hey, Ryan, it's Randy from Minnesota.
What's up?
Oh, my God. What a game. Whoever says Matt LaFleur doesn't have
He's too conservative.
Fortitude for this game is out of their freaking mind. And there's one Packer fan that is whining and bitching about this game. I'm sorry, you need to turn in your cheese head because you are not a Packer fan. This game had everything. It was so darn exciting. I was at my mother-in-law, so I had to be very quiet and watch my mouth, which was very hard to do. But wow, what a game. I'm just so darn proud of this team. Just happy.
By the way, that was my entire theme for tomorrow's podcast, is just feeling a sense of pride and being proud of what this team did in this game.
And to throw that pass to seal the deal.
Yep.
I was just shocked. When they took the snap, I was like, oh, my God, no.
Right.
But that's why I'm sitting on the couch watching it and not coaching it.
That was...
Anyway.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're getting bombarded with calls right now, so I'll make this it. Go Pack, go. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I'm out. Bye.
That was one of many no, yes moments in that game. And I agree. That was kind of the thing, too, where it was, they line up to go for it on 4th, and you're like, are they actually going to snap it? And then they call a timeout. And you're like, oh, I guess they are going for it. And then you think, well, they don't have to. They could still take a delay a game here. And, Jordan, at first, they get to the line, and he gets up there, and he starts barking at his offensive line. I'm like, oh, I think they are going to. And I didn't want him to. I was thinking, like, oh, I don't think... I think we need to just punt it here, and he's running, he's barking at the offensive line. I bet they're just trying to get him to jump, and they're gonna take the delay a game, unless they get somebody to jump. And it was down to 3 seconds, and you're like, don't snap it, please don't snap it, take the delay a game and punt it. and they snapped it, and my heart just absolutely froze. Jordan's got instant pressure. Usually when you kind of do your drop and then plant your feet and then throw it, that's when you feel really confident, right? When he's standing there and he's looking around and there's, first read, up, nope, nothing there, and you're like, oh, no. And then there's pressure, and he's fading away, throwing off his back foot. It's like, oh, no. And then he throws it up, and you see the guy, and he's completely blanketed, and you're thinking, oh, no. And then Wicks jumps up and just gets this, just freaking boxes the guy out, 2 hands, strong hands catch, pulls it in. You're doing that, you're standing up and looking like, seeing if you can see the ball pop out. Like, did he hold it? Did he drop it? Sealed the freaking game, man. Ugh. Masterclass.
I forgot to mention, how do I cook my turkey? Because, everybody does it differently. Everyone wants the spatchcock stuff, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to do this. People deep fry it. That's cool and all. But here's what I do. And I think it's like a lost art, because when I say this, people go, you do what? We cook it in a paper bag, Sure. I thought everyone did that. I guess my mom did. Maybe it was something they did back in the day, Maybe when they did, before they had those grotesque plastic oven bags, which, by the way, don't cook your turkey in a plastic bag, please. Children are starving all around the world, and you're cooking your turkey in a plastic bag. So yeah, it usually takes 2 paper bags. You put it in your little tinfoil thing. You slide it in one, then you slide the other paper bag over that, so it makes like a little glove. I don't know what it does.
Like a glove.
But it just... And I'm talking about a paper bag, a grocery bag, paper, brown bag. It does something to the turkey. Now, I inject the crap out of it with butter and then something called Dale's steak sauce. All I can say is if you know, you know. It's a Southern thing.
I don't know.
But it's the best flavor. So I dilute some of that with some water, inject it all over the place, inject the butter all over the place. Then I shove a couple sticks of butter out into the under the skin on the top, and it is I've had smoked turkey, I've had deep fried turkey. It beats them all. Plus, the thing I don't like about deep frying the turkey is that you don't have that smell of turkey in your house cooking all day long.
That's a good
point. We deep fried a turkey one year, and I'm walking around, in the afternoon, like 2:00, going, something's missing, because there wasn't that smell of turkey cooking shooting down your nose every second. Because you fry it takes 20 minutes in the backyard.
Yep.
Anyways, that's how I do my turkey. It's goated. I've had multiple. So we live in California. A lot of our friends are of the Hispanic nature, and I've had multiple go, "Oh, I don't like turkey," and I'm like, well, "I get it, but just try mine." And they all go like, "Holy crap!" Because let's face it, you can cook a turkey bad. It's pretty easy to cook a bad turkey, but the way I cook it, I convert 100% people to loving turkey. So anyway, still kind of jacked about the win. Next week, I think it's in Green Bay. Man, that's going to be a banger. I wonder if they're going to flex it out. Hasn't flexed yet, but we'll see. Hey, still go Petco.
Yeah, I know what you mean about the conversion thing. I think it's been my mission to do that with people in pork chops, just because everyone's been so traumatized from their childhood eating these disgusting dry pork chops. Also, I think with the deep frying, it's a good point. I hadn't really thought about that. I feel like when I had turkey when I was younger, it was always deep fried But I think the hardest part about that is just to not burn your house down. That seems to be the biggest challenge. I will say though, I think I've said this already, but I have never made a turkey, and I feel like it's for some reason in my mind it's just a Thanksgiving thing. Like, so you either do it on Thanksgiving or you never do it, and I think that's stupid. I'm gonna make a turkey whenever I frickin' feel like it. All right. And I think I'm going to get really good at it like Nico. I want to be just like you. I've seen a lot of people making it exactly how you describe it. Every time I'm kind of flipping through, the cooking videos pop up as you're scrolling through, and they're all basically like that. It's, here's the compound butter I made. I'm going to slather it underneath the skin and put it on the outside and then season it up with some seasoning that includes paprika to, for color and all that. A lot of spatchcocking, but not 100% of the time. But pretty unanimous is the butter. That seems to be the main thing. After that is injecting / spatchcocking. But yeah, I think turkeys could be a pretty dope thing to just whenever I feel like it. Let's just do a turkey. You got meat for a long time. That's what I like is when you just get meat for a long time. If I'm going to put that much work in to smoking something, you got like a pork butt or a brisket or something, I need like a week of meat off of that. You do like a chicken or, like a pork tenderloin, which granted it's not going to take as long, but some of that stuff is like this is a one meal thing, and then we're done. And if you want to do it again, you have to just do it again tomorrow. No, this is my food for the week. Thank you very much.
Dude, what's up, Ryan? It's Arliss.
What's up, dude?
Man, bro, dude, LaFleur and his play calling, man, right? Right? Dude, the dude called a pass play on like 4th and 3, right, to close out the game. Like, bro, why are you so aggressive? Why is your play calling so aggressive? Like, bro, just run the ball and drain the clock and let the Lions get it back so that they can score 7 points or score 6 points and then go for 2 and win the game.
Right.
Right?
That's what you do.
Right? Oh, literally, that was what I was hoping he wasn't going to do. I was so happy and nervous as shit when he went for it on 4th and 3, but man, that I feel confident that they were going to pull it off. I didn't think that it was going to have to be such a contested catch that Wicks made, but man, I'm not complaining, man. Great pass, great catch, love the aggression, sent the message to the team that I believe in you, sent the message to the fan base, shut your freaking mouth. I'm Matt LaFleur. Look at my hair, look at my eyebrows, look at me, man, kicking ass out here on Thanksgiving Day, Toyotathon. I went down the rabbit hole. Let me circle back to what I was talking about was I want to know who's going to complain about the play caller now, right? Because I think that was, I'm trying to think, I might have like recency biases. Maybe it's more pass heavy than run heavy, but it was perfect. The play calling was on point. I can think of one play that I didn't co-sign with, but so what, man? It was a great game. I love that he went for it on 4th and 3. Like I said, it really sent a message to the offense, like I believe in you, right? Man, just a damn good game, man. Damn good game. Can't say enough, man. I'm about to go freaking eat this food and watch this other game. And I hate the Chiefs so much. I don't know if I'm rooting for the Cowboys or the Chiefs.
I was doing the same thing.
But I'm going to have to suck it up and root for Patrick Mahomes, which I absolutely freaking hate. But, hey, man, happy Thanksgiving. Go, Pack, go.
I kind of resigned myself to, I think we're going to be out in front of Dallas enough that it's not going to matter. So let them go ahead and win this game, and let the Chiefs lose, because we probably should root for the Chiefs, and I don't want to. Now, if Dallas had 7 wins or something, yeah, we probably would need to go into they had what, 5, 6? They're up to 6 now, I think. I don't know. If we get in a situation where we're falling behind so much that Dallas is going to pass us, we got other issues. So, boy, all right, let's keep going. I was going to end it kind of quick here because it's already getting late, but let's go ahead and do one more, and then we'll get out of here.
Hey, Ryan, it's Ben from New York again. I'm going to keep this real short. It's got to be a bad day if you're a Matt LaFleur hater. That guy called a great game today. He coached his rear end off. The offense looked good, so hats off to Matt LaFleur. Hats off to Dontavian Wicks. That guy came up clutch for us a few times, 2 touchdowns, the game-winning catch to close it out. That guy was on one today. And then, obviously, the most obvious person to call out, Micah freaking Parsons. I feel like I'm going to say this like every single week.
Yeah.
Love this guy, breaking NFL history records.
Yep.
5 years in a row with 12 sacks. This guy's a monster. He's at 12 sacks, and that's getting held pretty much every single play. Imagine the damage he would do if he wasn't getting held every single play.
Right.
So enjoy the Thanksgiving. Let's enjoy this W, and as always, go Pack, go.
Well, and again, how much wasted energy this past, fortunately it wasn't a week, but after that victory, complaining about how conservative Matt LaFleur is. Because again, we have to do this thing where when something happens, we have to pretend that this is how it's always been. I just saw another example of this. I was flipping through as the calls were coming in, and I see somebody say, I think we need to have a conversation about Matthew Stafford being a better all-time quarterback than Aaron Rodgers. Do you know right now, Matthew Stafford is having the best year by far of his entire career. Stafford's always been good. But we do this stupid thing where we look at Matthew Stafford and we just, for whatever reason, I don't know why people do this, they look at it and pretend that this is how he's been forever. Oh, we I got to be honest, man. He doesn't get enough credit, and we got to talk about him maybe being the greatest all time. Bro, no, he's good, but you're only doing this because of how good he is this year. There's a reason nobody said this last year, or the year before that, or the year before that, or the year before that, and it's because he wasn't ever this good. So we have to stop doing this. Matt LaFleur had one game because of injury, because of game flow, because of the defense, because of all these things where there was a more conservative game plan. And that game plan worked to perfection. And we complain about it and say he's too conservative, as though this is how it is in every single week. And what did I say? Different weeks, there's going to be different things. In fact, this Detroit Lions team is a team that likes to play a lot of man coverage and is susceptible to big plays. So we might see it as soon as this next week. And guess what? That's exactly what happened. But we just have this complete inability to see something happen and recognize that maybe this thing is, the earth wasn't created 5 seconds ago. I swear, every human being on Earth has the memory of a freaking goldfish, or has this weird disease where it's almost like deja vu, where you see something and it's like, I remember that happening before. You know what I mean? But that's how it is with everything. They see Stafford playing well and they're like, wow, he's always been like that. This is what he looks like all the time. And we see Musgrave drop a pass and we go, wow, that's what he does all the time. I think we should cut him. And then the next week, now I'm sure Wicks is the greatest thing ever, which, dude deserves massive props. I'm not trying to crap on Wicks, but it's just one of those things where it's like, now we're going to have a conversation about, is he the number one, or could he be this? Like, I just know there's going to be some ridiculous conversations that just don't need to be had. We don't need to have those conversations. We can just praise him for what he did only and not go to crazy places. Again, like Rashawn now is just the biggest pile of crap. He's never been good at football, and it's just, we did this with Jair. Jair was a phenomenal corner for us basically the entire time he was there. And then he'd have a bad day or, a bad year, or maybe you just haven't seen him in a long time because he's been injured, and it's like he was never that good. What, bro? Oh, he was always overrated. He had like one good year, and he was not. That's completely made up. Completely made up. He was a very good corner the entire time he was here. He had injury issues, and he missed a lot of time, and that's a problem. But when he played, he was always a good corner. Nah, he was never that good. He's never that good. Why do we have to do that? I don't understand. So you're exactly right. It is a bad day to be a freaking Matt LaFleur hater. But you know what? You deserve it. You deserve to feel whatever level of stupid that you feel. Because you spent way too much time saying stupid things for no reason. And now you're going to have to try to figure out why you think what you think. Whatever. I don't know what to tell you. Again, what a bunch of wasted energy after that Vikings game. I mean, what a great week it's been. Over the past week, we just destroyed the Vikings and then pretty comfortably probably played our best two of our best games of the year against our divisional opponents, dominated the Vikings, and relatively comfortably beat the Lions. And that was in Detroit. And the fact that we didn't just spend the past week just cheering and screaming and having a great time, and half the fan base spent so much time pissing and moaning about, oh, this isn't how you should do it, and this was wrong, and we can't do this. This isn't how you win football games. Yeah, stupid. I think Matt LaFleur understands that you can't just do this every game. You know why I know that? Because he's never done this before. He's never run at a 60% rate. But again, we pretend this is the thing where it's like, oh, this is how it's always been. Okay, genius. Okay. Well, I'm sorry that you have had a miserable week. But for the rest of us, this has been a fantastic week. Sunday, we destroy the Vikings, and then turn it around quick on Thursday, go into Detroit on the road, in Detroit's house, which is a tough place to play, and whoop on them to sweep the Lions. Yeah, dude, I'm having a good time. I'm having a real good time. All right, I'm out of here. No songs today or tomorrow because we got a little bit of a time crunch, but appreciate all of you, and I'm looking forward to having a great stress-free rest of our week. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.